Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And we'd be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1, go!
Those are the kinds of plays I'm pretty proud of, not gonna lie. Like those kinds of 50-50s and decisions and stuff like that. Like games like that, I'm very happy to play through and piece together a win. We just played against two control decks back to back. I'm actually just realizing we beat both of them. We faced back-to-back control. We faced Melodic, Mimikyu, Cornerstone, Gastrodon control, and then we just faced a Snorlax still. We beat both of them fairly convincingly. It was pretty nice. I love starting with Cast Form. We added Cast Form in place of Radiant Charizard for the early game, just in case situations like this. Because if this is Radiant Charizard, then we're stuck with the Radiant Charizard in the active. Now we can play around with the Cast Form a little bit. We can have some fun with it. We don't need to stress too much about having a thing that we can't get rid of in the active. Turbo Gardevoir, interest. That's sad. Was not and a single energy in that one. That's brutal. I'm guessing it might be Iono here. More than likely, right? Because they haven't played a supporter. They didn't grab a supporter? They didn't grab a supporter? I guess they have one in hand. It's got to be Iono. Oh, research. I don't know if I would have done that, to be honest. I would have grabbed Iono. You save the research for when you're discarding energies. Like, that's very weird for a Turbo Guardy. But, I guess. That's unfortunate. Hopefully, I was hoping we were getting an energy on that one, but no such luck. Bad. They would have had the Curlias out anyways, but it would have stopped them from having Gardevoir out, but they don't have any energy, so it's not a super dire situation for us. Incredible need. Also. Got energies. Got 2 down. I'll have 3 down in the discard pile in a minute. That allows them to activate something here. There's Scream Tails in the discard pile. I'm guessing they're going to go for Drifloons. Would make sense. Unfortunate for us. It's very bad opening hands here. This is what, turn 3? Yeah. Very bad, like, opening 2 hands. Not good. So we're likely going to be facing a Devolution Gardevoir potentially here, so we might have to stick the Mist Energy on something that we don't necessarily want to lose. Probably the Pidgeot. Might be a good idea. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's what we didn't want to see. Pheasantipity is going to attack. No, it can't. It can't attack. Right. So they can only attack straight ahead. I think they're figuring out that they cannot turbo to their Pheasantipity. Why are Ralts? Oh yeah, here comes the Drifloon. So they've nerfed the Drifloon's damage by putting an energy on Ralts. I guess they want to put the 20 damage, I suppose. Over. They used a supporter? Yes, they used Arvin. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Those guys down. We'll put a fire energy on this guy. We can boss now. Because they don't have psychic energies, so... Boss up the Garde. We don't really need to... We can play this a little bit slower, too. I do want to Iono, but I think I want their hand to be a bit bigger, so... We'll see how this goes. I get 2 energy down, of course. I can retreat it. They have to get 2 energy down to retreat it. Of course they do. Now we know. So no boss. No boss's orders. We're going to push 30 damage over from the Gardevoir. And we could Turo the Charmeleon, I suppose. And then just evolve this one if we don't get Charizard here. Depends on what they leave up here, I guess. Depends on what they leave up. We have to play a lot smarter than what we normally would with just attacking straight ahead. We don't need to attack straight ahead on anything right now. Interesting, okay. Splitting damage between those. We have a good chance to hit what we want here. Part of it. Missed energy we wanted. Okay, how can we do this? So... two things we have to grab, right? So we're gonna get Pidgeot, I guess. You can grab Dusknoir here to take out the Drifloon. And then countercatcher the no, the Pheasantipity. Maybe. We'll have to see here. It's a bit risky. It is a bit risky right now, but see what they put up first. Start by doing that. Secret boxes. Secret box gets us Charizard. At the cost of mist energy or Luminion. Luminion's gotta be, it's easier to get the Luminion back now. Wait, no, we played a supporter already, right? We played a supporter already? Yes. Doing everything we can to keep the, we have to keep the Lost Vacuum as much as possible here. They have a lot of cards, unfortunately. They can definitely draw out of this. But now they're gonna have to make a choice if they want their Drifloon or they want their Pheasantipity backs. Make the choice here. Because they also have Screamtail in the discard pile too, so there's 3 of their attackers that they really don't want. But they have enough damage that they can push over the 10 to KO with the Drifloon. So yeah, there's the Night Stretcher, so they're gonna have to take 1 of 3, which is probably the Drifloon. Yep. Good. They can get it with the 10, obviously. They have enough energy, but they have to charm it. And then, if we can get the Charizard out next turn, we have game, I believe, here. So, we should be okay. If we can get Charizard out without having to use a supporter. Right now we need Rare Candy and Charizard. This is not good because our secret box is gone, so... We'll see what they put out, actually. We still have Pidgeot, too. Potentially attack. This is only taking 2 prizes, so... We have a chance. Sure, they have more energy in the deck, too, unfortunately, so... Curiously, they didn't take it off a Gardevoir. That's intriguing. Very intriguing. 16 cards is not a lot. I don't know if we have enough rare candies. We should. We have 3 left. You really need to get Charizard or something to get Charizard back off this Pheasantipity. Or rare candy. One of those 3. Woo, Canine Conductor. We're very close to taking this game, so very close. That might help. Do we get up prizes? Nope. Not good. Not good, not good. Oh, I think we did it. I think we win. Yeah, we win. GG. Close one. That was a close one. Some good games tonight. Holy crap. Pretty good games tonight. Very, very close. Yeah, definitely having the extra, having the rare candies there were very, very good for us. Very solid. Not much to say about that. Pretty straightforward game from the Gardevoir player. Was able to get their Drifloon out multiple times. Being someone that plays Gardevoir a lot, I was able to basically figure out what they were going to be doing with that. It was important to take out the Pheasantipity, because a couple of things, right? Because if we're taking out the Pheasantipity and we're taking out the Drifloon, so we take out the Drifloon, take out the Pheasantipity, both of those are very important pieces to them. So because they need both of them, right? They want the card draw. They have card draw with Kirlia, so they're going to sacrifice the Pheasantipity to get the Drifloon back on the board, right? So that means they have to play a little bit differently. That Night Stretcher is going to be for the Drifloon. Obviously, they're going to have the charms. So we made very careful to make sure that we kept our Lost Vacuum in hand up to that point. They don't necessarily want to play Hand Disruption. I don't think they did pretty much at any point during that game, weirdly enough, but usually Gardevoir is pretty big about Hand Disruption, but maybe they thought that we couldn't get the second Charizard out and they didn't want to give us any hand with that, which, if they did Iono's, we would have had the second Charizard guaranteed, but it would have been a bit more difficult for us to facilitate that boss as well. So Secret Box grabbing us the boss was low-key a very big highlight of that game as well. So we play Secret Box and Charizard for reasons like that. A lot of the stuff that we put in here is mostly for matchups that we face against, right? Because Charizard being able to search for multiple things at once is incredibly strong, and Secret Box facilitates that. So because of Secret Box guaranteeing us a boss's orders in hand, that was huge. And then we were able to grab the Charizard with the Pidgeot. We had the rare candies off of the Pheasantipity. Very, very, very good stuff for us, right? Because early in that turn when we played Secret Box, we had Arven, so we couldn't. We were thinking about grabbing Cyrano to guarantee the Charizard out. Cyrano would have done so, but then we would not have had the bosses necessarily in time. We also didn't want to throw away the Mist Energy because Mist Energy protects Pidgeot from being devolved. If they used TM Devolution, that would have derailed our entire situation, right? We would have had to commit energies, or we would have had to commit rare candies rather, to re-evolving the Pidgeot rather than evolving the Charizard, and then we wouldn't be able to grab the Charizard, etc., etc. It would have been a nightmare for us, pretty bad. But we ended up making it through that very, very tightly. That was a very tight match. uncomfortable at times, but we ended up getting there, which was nice because getting that Gardevoir down as far as it did, like that's pretty tough. All they need is one more knockout on anything on the board, and they pretty much win. It could easily facilitate another because they didn't use a charm up until that point in game, so they likely had more charms, at least 1 or 2 more charms. So they definitely could have had the Drifloon again. That's why I'm guessing they didn't Ionos, because they had all of their charms in hand. They didn't want to lose them because they thought they would have another turn. Lucky for us, we managed to kind of plan what they were planning, plot out what they were planning, sniff it out, and we were able to get ahead of that situation because it was going exactly as we saw it was going to go down. So we had to make sure that our Charizard was on board. We got our Charizard up and ready. It was already fully powered up with energies, so we didn't need to worry about searching the deck for energies or, you know, praying that the energies were still in the deck so we could Infernal Rain. It was already set up. Had bosses in hand because we grabbed it with Secret Box and we held on tightly and didn't get rid of it. Our opponent had every opportunity to hand disrupt us and get rid of those cards, but I'm guessing their hand was more important to them than trying to disrupt our hand. Opponent's name is Throat Lotion. Oh my god, Canine Conductor. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased to see that the additions to this deck are paying off in spades right now. Like, we have the Cast Form. Cast Form did end up absorbing an attack, which is fine, but it has a free retreat cost, which, like, the reason why I play Cast Form over Radiant Charizard, or sacrificing the late game Radiant Charizard attack, which I'm going to be honest right now, like 9 times out of 10, I don't even use. Like, I barely ever find myself using the Radiant Charizard unless I'm in like mirror matches when I have to absorb a 1 prize attack, etc., and then deal massive damage to like a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Unfortunately, I lose a bit of firepower into the Teal Mask Ogerpon counter matchup, but my early game across a bunch of other matchups is much, much, much healthier now. Because now, if I start the game with Cast Form, it's a free retreater. It can actually do something, like it can singe, it can burn the Pokemon, it can do chip damage. And then if I use Sunny Assist, it does damage, and I can move all of the fire energy from the Cast Form to a bench Charmander. So, like, the energy's not being wasted on Cast Form. If I want to attack with it, I can Sunny Assist and move all of the energy onto a different Pokemon. That, to me, is much better and much healthier in a bunch of different matchups than Radiant Charizard that sits there like a lump, doesn't do anything until late game, and even then it's not guaranteed, because against the Iron Thorns, for example, Iron Thorns shuts down its ability, so you can't do anything with it for the entire game. So at least Cast Form can retreat for free. Cast Form can not only chip damage, but it can chip damage and power up a different Pokemon while taking a hit, and not a big hit, mind you. It's only a 70 HP Pokemon, but searchable by Buddy Poffin as well. So I find that this is much healthier for matchups than Radiant Charizard. It's a little bit less aggressive, but late game, I mean, we do have Dusknoir, we do have Charizard. So like Charizard late game is about as aggressive as you're going to get. It does mean that you're going to have to pay a little bit more attention to the late game matchups. But things like if you're using Dusknoir smartly, you're using your Dusclops smartly, and then you're using things like Briar and get you there, and before it becomes a Radiant Charizard type of situation, right? If you're playing against, say, like a Raging Bolt or Regidrago, stuff like that, then you have some options to take action on them now. 1 or 2 knockouts against you, and your Charizard's knocking out the Dragos, or knocking out the Raging Bolts, but you're going up against the Teal Masks, which are the common counter against the Charizards. Then you have to take a little bit of a different approach to it, which that could be pairing up a Dusknoir with a Pidgeot attack. I am not afraid to attack with Pidgeot in this deck, honestly. When I evolve a Charizard and I have a Pidgey or a Pidgeot in play, I am perfectly fine putting energy on the Pidgeot, because if Charizard is not a favorable matchup, if I'm playing against something that's a grass type or has a lot of Teal Masks, then I want to attack with Pidgeot I want to finish. I want to finish it off with Pidgeot. Use Dusknoir to put damage. Pidgeot to finish it off, because at the end of the day, it's much easier for them to KO a Charizard than it is for them to KO a Pidgeot. So don't need to worry about that too much. Not too much, but I'm enjoying the changes to this deck. This feels very, very good. We fought against some pretty nasty opponents. Two controls so far, and a Gardevoir, a turbo Gardevoir deck that wasn't exactly super turbo, but they did end up doing Gardevoir things at the end of the game, which could have spelt disaster for a Charizard, but we ended up pulling it off. So, re-edition of Collapse Stadium feels very, very good. The Secret Box feels amazing. Cyrano feels very, very good in this deck too. TM Devo paid off in spades. And yeah, overall, the Meddling Memo feels nice. Be able to get that extra little bit of a jab in there, right? Extra little bit of a jab, so feeling very good with the Charizard list so far.